For 28 years, the world believed that Sister Elena and her 4 sisters vanished forever on a stormy October night in 1980. Some said we were dead. Some believed we ran away with lovers. But the truth is more horrifying than anyone could ever imagine. I am Elena. I am 71 years old. And today, for the first time after nearly 3 decades of living in the shadows, I will reveal the real reason why 5 young women had to scale the convent walls in the dead of night and disappear from their old lives forever. This is not a story of lost faith. This is a story of the devil hidden behind a holy veil, of dark secrets concealed by sacred vows, of 5 women who paid with their lives to escape hell. If you are listening from anywhere in the world, please leave a comment and subscribe, because there are truths that need to be spread no matter how they may shake what you believe. There are stories, however painful, that must be told. And this story will change the way you look at faith, at power, and at the price of truth. Prepare yourselves, because what I am about to reveal has been buried for far too long. Since I was a child, I was always a quiet person, preferring to listen rather than speak. My father used to say I had a sharp intuition, able to see through facades. Perhaps that's why I was the only one who noticed the dark events unfolding in that convent, the only vigilant eye that saw the darkness lurking behind the pious expressions and routine devotions. I entered the convent at 17, of my own free will, driven by a calling to devote myself to God completely. In the early years, I found exactly what I sought. The convent's rhythm offered solace and structure, infusing every day with meaning and a link to the divine. The other sisters became my family, bound by shared devotion. There were only 5 of us nuns in that convent, guided by our Mother Superior, Mother Beatrice, a stern but compassionate woman. Willowbrook was a quaint village where everyone knew one another. The convent, perched on a ridge, was central to the community. It was in this setting that I met Father Dominic, who arrived at the parish during my 4th year of vows. He was a broad-shouldered man with a commanding presence and a voice that boomed during sermons. At first, the town revered him, but soon I noticed disturbing nuances, lingering stares, confessions that probed too deeply, hands that rested too long on an arm, subtle signs that built into a chilling mosaic. I realized I wasn't alone in my unease. Sister Lydia, a gentle 20-year-old, started avoiding solitary encounters with him. The convent's air shifted, warmth faded into a heavy quiet filled with unspoken fears. Mother Beatrice grew ill around then, stricken with a debilitating flu that confined her to bed for months. Without her watchful eye, the convent felt exposed. And it was during this vulnerability that the shadow I sensed turned into something far more malevolent and terrifying. Father Dominic visited more often, wielding his position to create awkward isolations. I vividly recall the first time I witnessed something grave. In the study, I saw Sister Lydia trapped against a desk by Father Dominic. He gripped her arm firmly, her face etched with terror and humiliation. That night, sleep evaded me. A storm of thoughts raged. Deep down, I knew this violated everything that had drawn me to this path. I confided in Sister Vivian, seeking an ally. At first, she met me with stunned silence, a barrier of dread I knew too well. But as the shock waned, her analytical mind engaged. The quiet gave way to probing questions. She pieced together overlooked clues, and it was she who finally uttered the word that could redeem us: evidence. The revelations shattered me, stirring revulsion and outrage. This wasn't a one-off, it was a calculated pattern, executed with cold precision. Confronted with this, I knew action was essential. True faith doesn't bow to wrong. Real faith demands facing evil, even when it wears a mask of piety. But I never foresaw how this choice would upend my life, forcing a 28-year vanishing act. I'd surrender all that was known and cherished, undergoing a profound change. The Our Lady of Hope Convent resembled a serene landscape painting, with its weathered brick walls, arched windows, a tended orchard, and a modest chapel that glowed at dawn when mist blanketed the village, evoking nearness to paradise. Our days were straightforward and orderly. We rose at 4:30 a.m., prayed in unison, then tended our duties. My primary role was tending the orchard, plus assisting in the bakery. The feel of ripe fruit grounded me in the sacred. Sister Clara, with her 62 years, oversaw the bakery. Her pastries were heavenly, flaky, and warm. Output ramped up on Tuesdays and Fridays for distribution to the poor. She often said, "We nourish the spirit through the body." Sister Vivian was our scholar, poring over scriptures in the archive. Her recall was extraordinary, quoting verses flawlessly. She believed, wisdom is worship. Sister Miriam exuded warmth, teaching village children scripture they idolized her. Her motto, "Joy in service honors the Lord," delivered with a bright smile. Sister Lydia, the newest at just 6 months in, was a novice. Timid and kind, we connected during orchard work, sharing peaceful quiet. Mother Beatrice was our anchor, rigorous yet loving. Her guiding principle, guidance without empathy is oppression, but empathy without guidance is chaos. Our existence centered on prayer and aid. Beyond internal chores, we supported the town. The convent was a beacon of tranquility and charity. It was amid this simplicity that darkness encroached. Father Elias, our longtime mentor, was reassigned. He was paternal, treating us like kin. We mourned his exit but accepted it. Soon after, Father Dominic appeared. I remember his debut Mass, his stature dominated, his tone echoed powerfully. Something in him unsettled me, though others were charmed. On his initial convent visit, he bore gifts, a tome for Sister Vivian, a relic for the chapel, saplings for the orchard. In confession, his inquiries veered personal, delving into pre-vow life and private sins. Visits multiplied, always justified, borrowing texts, herb advice, supply checks. Each time, a gloom followed. I noted his tactics, seeking alone time with juniors, intense eyes, deliberate contacts. One day, Sister Lydia fumbled a basket as his voice neared, her shakes were so bad I steadied her. "What has he done?" I pressed. She wept, revealing threats that disbelief awaited her word against his. I approached Mother Beatrice, but she rebuked my hints, urging penance for doubting a cleric. Things escalated, he grew bolder, assured of impunity. I saw the toll on my sisters, especially Lydia, who withered daily. The crisis peaked with Mother Beatrice's worsening health. The priest vowed daily oversight for our souls. Then his facade crumbled fully. One evening, I found Lydia disheveled in a corridor, a bruise blooming on her neck. "No one will trust me," she whispered, recounting his claim of divine representation. That night, I grasped our isolation. No savior would come, we'd forge our escape. The protective walls now caged us with our predator. The supposed guide was a predator cloaked in wool. Action was vital. And I, the quiet watcher, must lead. Have you ever known fear that freezes the spirit? That hammers your heart against your chest. I lived it endlessly in that convent. Post Mother Beatrice's ailment, Father Dominic was sly, proper in groups but demonic alone. He engineered separations. Sister Lydia, meet me in the vestry. Sister Elena, archive after Vespers. Poor Lydia bore the brunt freshly vowed, too meek to resist. I saw him pin her, whisper too near, accidental grazes on forbidden places. One night, I discovered Lydia huddled in the storeroom, fixing her garb. "He's my confessor," she murmured, "I must submit, or damnation awaits." Rage ignited in me like never before. I embraced her, vowing safeguard. But how? Who'd credit nuns over a priest? I consulted Sister Vivian. "We must act," I urged. She pondered. "Suggestions? His word trumps ours. Mother Beatrice. She's frail, and she'd favor the church." Matters worsened when Sister Miriam fell victim. Once vibrant, she turned withdrawn, eyes swollen from tears. She broke, describing a guidance session probing her purity. "When I fled," she said, "he bruised my wrist." Seeing Miriam shattered broke me. He was erasing her core. I schemed protections, group tasks to avoid solitude. He noticed, isolating me via rumors of defiance. Sister Clara eyed me warily. Father Dominic queried, "Elena, rebellion rumors?" I yearned to shout truth, but futility loomed. Words wouldn't suffice, proof was key. I documented meticulously, dates, quotes, deeds. One night, he overstepped utterly. Lydia staggered to my cell, marked face, torn sleeve. In confession, she gasped, "Penance, yield to him for purity." Fury unlike any surged. "This stops now," I vowed. Next day, feigning supply run, I sought the diocesan office. Waited hours, then spilled all, notes, descriptions, pleas for sister's safety. The official listened, then sighed, "Grave claims. Father Dominic exemplifies piety." Certain. Heart sank, doubt persisted. Utterly, I affirmed. "I'll probe, but discretion, scandal harms the church." 2 nights on, Father Dominic stormed the convent, rage twisted. He closeted with Sister Vivian an hour. Emerging, she was broken, he smug. Whispering past me, "God chastises liars against his anointed." The official had betrayed me. Vivian confronted, "You went behind us." I defended. She despaired, "He says you're unstable, fabricating. Transfer or expulsion looms." Reality crushed, punished for protection. Justice eluded within. Then I resolved, no transfer to distant Idaho for slander. We'd flee. The word escape haunted me. Never dreamed I'd plot flight from my chosen sanctuary. Yet there we were, 5 terrified nuns in the basement amid jars and flour sacks. Sister Vivian hesitated, "Flight implies guilt." "We hide shame, church betrayal," Miriam retorted bitterly. Sister Lydia wept, curled tight. Sister Clara pondered long, 58 years served here. "Thought I'd die in peace. But God asks unforeseen sacrifices. To shield you, so be it." Her resolve sealed ours. We'd go as one. But how? 5 penniless, connectionless women? Walls spiked with thorns, gate cumbersome. Even out, whither? External aid essential. I prayed raw, "Lord, if this aligns, grant a sign." It came unexpectedly via Mr. Thompson, the baker's supplier, a taciturn widower with rough hands from his rural plot. Unloading that day, he eyed me, "Sister Elena, you seem burdened." Startled, he was sparse with words. "Fine, weary," I lied. He persisted, "Pardon intrusion, but I sense distress. If aid needed, I'm here." Pulse quickened, sign or snare. Why assume? He sighed, "My niece entered orders east. Priest troubles." Too late when she confided. Pain bonded us. Yes, desperate aid, I admitted. Days later, notes hid in loaves, walls weak spot near elms, no thorns, branches for grip. Rope ladder in shrubs. Plan formed. Mr. Thompson's kin in Virginia Hills ran a lodge, offering haven. He'd fund transit, initial settle. Can't watch you endure my niece's fate, he teared. Scheme risky, stormy night flight. Mr. Thompson waits on back road with van. Gather docs Vivian from records, Miriam meds, Lydia, eye clothes. Can't flee in habits too distinct. Mr. Thompson sourced plain garb. Hardest, abandoning treasures my father's cross, Vivian's missile, Miriam's icon, Clara's locket. Essentials only. As date neared, dread swelled. Back out. I offered. I could go alone. All or none, Miriam insisted. That eve, Basement Creek froze. Sister Agnes, elder loyal to him, I know your plot. Hearts sank. But she proffered savings, from mending. Start anew. Stunned, why? Feared him, too old to restart, coward. You're brave. Deserve freedom. Hugged, join us. Too late for me. I'll pray. Pre-escape night, insomnia gripped. Pondered kin, calling, God. Right choice? Protect if willed, Lord. Morning note in bread, midnight storm. Day blurred in feigned normalcy. At midnight tolls over rain, shed habits in basement. Unrecognizable in lay clothes women battling for liberty. Out via kitchen, drenched instantly. Miriam tossed knotted sheet rope. I ascended first, then her, Lydia, Vivian, Clara last struggled, but triumphed, eyes aglow. Ran to Mr. Thompson's van. Front, 3, back, Miriam, I under canvas. Departed, forsaking all known. Unaware of uproar, hunts, smeared names ahead. Burdened 28 years in secrecy. October 15, 1980, seared my soul. Rain-mudded paths, thunder-masked gasps, hearts erratic in panic. From devoted to outlaws in hours. Van lurched, Miriam, I jostled under sodden cover. Sobs pierced quiet. Eternity later, slowed. Feared capture, but Mr. Thompson, safe, out. Hayloft in abandoned granary his kin's land, 15 miles out. Sparse but secure, pallets, provisions, lamp. Where? Old silo, unused years. Hide days. We circled, prayed not in grandeur, but raw sincerity. God heard. Organized, Vivian beds, Miriam health check, Clara weary, Lydia, I food. Ate meagerly, thoughts adrift. Now. Lydia whispered. To Virginia Lodge, Vivian said. Then plan. One step. Slept fitfully, jumps at sounds. Dawn, Clara brewed weak tea on hot plate. Slept fearless first time. Truth free of his shadow. Mr. Thompson midday, supplies, attire, intel. Convent chaos. Escape found dawn. Father Dominic rages, claims rebellion. Hunting. Police roads, stations. Not here. Plan details, cousin Ben arrives tomorrow, bigger rig to Virginia. New identities. No none mentions. Vivian scripted, flood displaced kin. I, Anna Hayes, 25, clerk. Lydia, Sophie, sister. Vivian, Miriam, cousins Laura, Tessa. Clara, Aunt Edith, Guardian post parents' loss. Rehearsed till natural. Civilian clothes alien habit was self. Mirror, stranger. You look renewed, Miriam noted. Anxiety peaked pre-dawn, nightmare of capture. Outside, horizon glowed. Wept for lost vows, life. Lydia joined, okay. Future thoughts. Scared? Me too. But together, God within. Engine, Mr. Thompson, Ben's rig. Furniture hauler hide back. Embraced, bravest souls. God guard. Doors shut, dark. Moved, dread relief mix. Stayed Ben's lodge 3 months secluded, few transients. Wife Clara, ironic, kind, unquestioning. Safe here, she said laundering. Tears understood unspoken. But couldn't linger, news spread, missing nuns, foul play. Priest, wayward sisters fled misconduct. Slandered as defiant. Learned Mother Beatrice died stroke post-escape shock. Guilt stung, though he caused no return, Vivian, blamed for her end. Ben, wife forged IDs don't ask. Became Hayes clan. Ben's contact in Detroit factory needed seamstresses no queries. Rented humble home in outskirts, sought normalcy. Adaptation tough, world unfamiliar phones, buses, stores baffling. Bank visit, near panic. Vivian bold, Miriam adaptive, Lydia quick, Clara tried despite age. Factory grind soothed repetitive, purposeful. Night prayers, heartfelt talks with God. Years blurred. Detroit familiar, wages up, bigger home. Cautious friends. Vivian promoted supervisor 84. Clara stroked 86 cooking too late. Buried as Edith Hayes, not honored none. Heartbreak. Moved post, Vivian managed new branch Atlanta. Bustling, anonymous but risky. Decade quiet till 95 newspaper, Father Dominic's 35-year jubilee. Praised pillar. Vomited thrived while we hid. Questioned flight, silence enabled more harm? Vivian withdrew. Future worries aging. 98, Vivian ill flew to lung cancer. Bedside, promise truth out. Can't let him saint. Who believes now? Someday safe. Died weeks later, buried Laura Hayes. Loss crushed. Miriam heart issues post, managed years, died 04 sleep. Lydia Sophie wed factory beau, kids, nearby home. I alone, 06 factory sold, moved Virginia Hills, tailoring shop. Sophie visited. Promise nod. Collected clippings, built nerve. 08 ready, step to shatter silence. Fear wore masks, chest vice, gut ice, peripheral shade. 28 years, knew all. Priests triggered races, Willowbrook mentions froze. Always performed, vigilant. Harder than fear, exhaustion. Sophie suffered most youngest, scarred deepest. Nightmares, he found me. Hymns soothed. Lessened with family, but lingered. Vivian pragmatic, present focus. But broke once, tired pretending. Fear not soul load, guilt for fleeing, leaving vulnerable, vow break. Rage at him, church, world letting him flourish. Tracked Willowbrook, Heroes Canon 87, Church Expansion 94, Citizen Honor 01, Youth Ministry Head 05. We, labeled delinquents, thieves, elopers. Convent closed 03, museum now. Dreams, Mother Beatrice Orchard. Why no trust? Woke weeping. If insisted, different. 04, post Miriam, opened Vivian's locked journal yellowed, dates, abuses, prior victims, ignored church knowledge. End, Elena, if reading, I'm gone. Documented for justice, not vengeance. Silence shields tyrants. Wait right time when he's weak, voices rise. Use this, our tale, your voice stronger than thought. Don't let vain love, Vivian. Vivian foresaw. Prepared alone Sophie wanted kids shielded. Waited. 07, his heart attack not fatal, but vulnerable. News, new aid Father Lucas Young, ex-lawyer, abuse reform advocate. Interview, brother-inspired priesthood nun, died young. Coincidence? Researched, ally potential. Decided, return Willowbrook, confront past. My true name isn't Anna Hayes, I started as Father Lucas shut office. I'm Elena, Sister Elena, Our Lady of Hope. Brow furrowed, then widened, disappeared 80 nun. Alive. We fled. Now reveal why. Narrated, joyful start, his arrival, terrorizing Lydia, Miriam, all, failed report, rainy escape. His face, doubt to fury to grief. Proof, handed journal. Paled flipping. Lord. Silence. Sorry church failed, choked. Believed. Relief flooded. Why now? Told sisters' deaths, promise, his career track, sign in him. Help. Yes. Not alone. Days, discreet work. Contacted Progressive Bishop Harlan. Formalized tale, journal, archives. He away treating. Found 78 letter, prior superior warned behavior, requested move. Margin, handled internally. New prius, ignored. Bishop met, knelt, begged forgiveness. Church shamed. Tears. Now. Investigation. Sarah Sophie alive, uninvolved. Respected. Confront, he burst in, shocked at Bishop. Eyes on me, recognition dawned. Ghost, snarled. Lies. Bishop, evidence mounts. Step down pending probe. Rage, fabrications. Left fuming. Community meeting, detailed abuses, escape, hiding. Silence heavy. Elder rose, believe, sorry unheard. Others shared, sister left abruptly, rumors ignored. Pattern emerged. Skeptics fled, muttering plots. News exploded, locals cautious, then bold. Interviews spread. He sued defamation, claiming conspiracy. But evidence journal, letter, emerging victims, ex-nuns, parishioners, youths. Church investigated seriously. Month later, Sister Beatrice's aide visited, forgive silence. Feared. Hugged, wept. Town grappled, support floods, threats too. Probe year, defrocked. No jail statutes but lost power. Exile like ours. Died 15 alone, Florida home. Now 71, reflect journey, girl to fugitive to truth teller. Our Lady of Hope Center my purpose 14 years psychologists, lawyers aid abused women. Sophie moved near post-widowhood, works with youth. Father Lucas stays parish, friend in healing mission. Benches honor, Clara, Vivian, Miriam, Sophie, Elena. Feel them. Lessons, faith questions power. Evil thrives silence speak. Solidarity heals. Forgiveness frees. Still Sister Elena inwardly vows by choice. Obedience to inner divine. 28 years taught, life's meaning in trials. Message, voice unbreakable. Never late for justice. Comment I believe if heard. Like if safety deserved. Subscribe, more truths await. Voice changes world. God bless.